Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below.
Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for 4th week of the May month. Session will be quite interesting and important. Stay tuned with us till the end. Students, we upload the daily current affairs video at 5 am in the morning on regular basis. Let's start. The first question is, what percentage of reservation for persons with disability in government housing allotment under the GPRA, that is General Pool Residential Accommodation, was announced by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in 2025. It was 4%, right? 4% reservation for them. Next, identify the institution where Dr. Jitendra Singh, our Union Minister of State for Ministry of Science and Technology, inaugurated Sagar Bhavan and Polar Bhavan in Goa in May 2025. Right? Identify the institution where was this launched. So, National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, this was launched, that is Sagar Bhavan and Polar Bhavan. Right? This will enhance research and development in polar regions, right, and oceans. Next, what is the minimum amount of financial loss for the Ministry of Home Affairs Electronic Zero First Information Report, that is E0 FIR initiative, automatically registers FIRs for cybercrime complaints? I repeat, minimum amount of financial loss for which, right, that how much minimum loss should be there for which your E0 FIR will be automatically registered for cybercrime complaints. Tell me, it is a minimum of 10 lakh rupees. Correct? Next, mention the country that was officially admitted as the new member of New Development Bank as announced by the New Development Bank President Dilma Rousseff on 22nd of May. It is Algeria. Right? It is the country that was officially admitted as the new member of the New Development Bank. That was earlier known as the BRICS Development Bank. Next, USA President Donald Trump unveiled a defense system for $175 billion by the name Golden Dome. This is the new missile defense system that will help USA in countering the foreign missile attacks. And Trump has appointed whom of the US Space Force as the lead program manager. So here General Michael Gatlin was appointed as the program manager for the Golden Dome. As Israel is having their Iron Dome, right, USA will have their Golden Dome that will protect United States of America for from the incoming UAVs, drones or missiles, right? Next, which country launched the world's first AI-powered medical clinic on 24th of May in partnership with Shanghai-based Sinyai AI and Almosa Health Group? So, which country launched the world's first AI-powered medical clinic? It was launched by Saudi Arabia. It was launched by Saudi Arabia. Next is, the President of India invoked dash of the Constitution to seek the Supreme Court's opinion on the 8th of April judgment regarding timelines for granting assent to the state legislature bill. Right. So the President of India invoked the Article 143(1) of the Constitution of India, seeking the Supreme Court's opinion on the 8th April judgment regarding timelines. Next, the second Blue Talks hosted by the New Delhi in May by the Ministry of Earth Science was organized in collaboration with the embassies of France and Costa Rica. Next, which ministry oversees the Spice Board of India that launched the sustainability in the spice sector through the Spiced scheme in May? That is your spice sector through progressive, innovative and collaboration interventions for export development. This is your spice scheme. This will promote the trading, or it will promote the trade in spices, specifically spices. So which ministry is overseeing the spice board here? It is the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next, according to RBI latest data released in May, the outward remittance under the liberalized remittance scheme declined by 6.85% year on year to how much? It declined to $29.56 billion in FY25 compared to $31.74 billion in FY24. Right, there are certain factors, that is global uncertainty, stagnant domestic income growth, and high base effect. Next, RBI notified the formation of a 6-member Payments Regulatory Board under the Payments Regulatory Board Regulation of 25 to regulate and supervise the payment systems in India, replacing the existing board for regulations and supervisions of payments and settlement systems. Who will be the chairperson of this 6-member board? So RBI governor will be the chairperson of this 6-member board. Next, space startup Agnikul Cosmos Private Limited, they have successfully fired the India's first electric motor driven Dash, which is set to power its upcoming Agniban launch vehicle. So this will be powering India's first electric motor driven semi cryogenic engine, right? And this is the first time an engine of this kind has been developed and tested in India. Next, which state government celebrated the 5th edition of the Shirui Lily Festival to commemorate 75th anniversary of the discovery of the rare Shirui Lily flower, and it is to promote sustainable tourism, ecotourism, and environmental awareness, right? The main reason here is this will promote tourism, and we will be able to make products and export the products that are related to Shirui Lily, right? So which state government recently celebrated here 5th edition of Shirui Lily Festival? It was observed by Manipur. Next, mention the organization that extended the implementation deadline of the mandatory quality control order for certain electrical appliances to 19th of March 2026. So mention that organization. Which is that organization? It is the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Next, mention the public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Railways that was approved for the merger with the Indian Railways by the government of Maharashtra in May. So mention the public sector undertaking here. Which is that public sector undertaking we are talking about here? It is Konkan Railways Corporation Limited, and they have merged with Indian Railways, but they will be keeping their name Konkan Railways. Next, how much amount is approved by the Central Board of Directors of RBI in their 650th meeting that was held in May to be transferred as the surplus to the Government of India for FY25? So how much amount was approved for the transfer? It was 2.69 trillion rupees. This was a surplus we saw. Next, mention the name of the person who was sworn in as the 48th President of the Republic of Ecuador in May for a 4-year presidential term, that is 2025 to 2029. So Daniel Noboa, right, was named, he was the person who is sworn as the 48th President of Ecuador. Next, Khelo India Beach Games. This was the first edition of the Khelo India Beach Games and India's first national level beach sports event held in May in Diu Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Which state topped the medal tally here and with how many medals? So Manipur secured the top position here with a total of 14 medals, out of which 5 gold, 6 silver and 3 bronze. Maharashtra on 2nd position and Nagaland on 3rd position. Next, who among the following won the F1 Monaco Grand Prix held in Monte Carlo in May 2025? So Lando Norris, right, was the F1 Monaco Grand Prix. He has won the F1 Monaco Grand Prix. He drives for which company? He drives for Lando Norris. He drives for McLaren and he's from UK. Next, World Football Day is annually observed by United Nations every year on 25th of May to acknowledge the global reach of football and its impact across various spheres including commerce, peace and diplomacy. This year it was the 2nd edition of it. Next, identify the company that launched the India's first ever end-to-end autopilot system for navigation in Indian cities in May 2025. It is -0. Next, according to the National Institute for Transforming India, that is Niti Aayog, they have released a report. This is the report. Approximately what percentage does MSME sector contribute to the India's GDP? So this report was released by Niti Aayog. So almost 29% of the GDP is contributed by the MSME sector. Next, Union Minister for Earth Science Dr. Jitendra Singh has launched Bharat Forecast System, the world's first high resolution numerical weather prediction model. What is the special resolution of this BFS model? So resolution is for 6 kilometers. Next, what interest rate did the Ministry of Finance approve for the Employees Provident Fund deposits for FY25? It is 8.25%. Next, the Central Apprenticeship Council under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship proposed a 36% hike in the stipends for the apprenticeships under the NAPS, that is National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, and the National Apprenticeship Training Scheme. So what will be the new monthly stipend range for them? The new monthly stipend range will be here 6,800 to 12,300. That was earlier 5,000 to 9,000. Next, UGC, that is your University Grant Commission, approved the establishment of the campuses of 5 international recognized universities in India. Which of the following universities is not among them? If we see here, University of Toronto is not one amongst them. Rest all will be setting up their campus in India. Next is, India participated in the 9th edition of the BRICS Industry Ministers meeting held under the chairmanship of Brazil in Brazil. The key highlight of the meeting was the formal presentation of BRICS Startup Knowledge Hub, right, which is a first of its kind platform that aims to foster cross-border collaboration across startup ecosystem of BRICS member countries. Next, who was appointed as the brand ambassador of Audi India in May as announced by JSW Sports Private Limited, the sports division of the JSW Group. So who was appointed as the brand ambassador of the Audi India? Here, Neeraj Chopra, right, our athlete, the golden boy, and he is a javelin thrower, right, and he has been appointed as the brand ambassador. Next, who won the 2025 Malaysian Masters, officially titled as the Perudo Malaysia Masters, by defeating India's Kidambi Shriknath, that was held in May in Meghalaya. So who won the Malaysia Masters? It was won by Lee Shifeng, and it was the 16th edition of the Malaysian Masters. Next, identify the cricketer who launched the book Tested, The Remarkable Power of Resolve, right, which explores leadership and decision making through various decisions with 11 experts from different fields. So identify that cricketer, Patrick James Cummins, right, he launched this book. This book was published by whom? It was published by HarperCollins Publishers. Next, in which year IREDA, that is your Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency, was established? So IREDA was established in 1987. Next, mention the theme that was launched by Union Communication Minister Jyotiraditya Madhav Rao Scindia in May for the 9th edition of the India Mobile Congress, which scheduled to be held from 8th to 11th of October in New Delhi. So what is the theme here, students? Theme being innovate to transform, right? The aim here is to basically do focus on more research and development and come up with various use cases for the same. Next, identify the pet food company that achieved a unicorn status recently in 2025 after Nestle acquired a minority stake in it, resulting their valuation exceeding $1 billion. So which is that pet food company? It is Drools Pet Food Private Limited. It became the which unicorn India? It became, tell me, this is your homework, students. It became which number of unicorn India? First, second, third, fourth, or fifth, or sixth? Next, according to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in May, what was India's provisional FDI inflow in FY25? So according to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, what was the India's provisional FDI inflow? It was $81.04 billion. Next, identify the person who was conferred with the Asian Athletics Leadership Gold Pin by Asian Athletics Association for the contributions to the development and leadership of athletics across Asian continent. It is Dr. Adli Sumarwala. Next, in May, Dr. Samir V. Kamath, the chairman of DRDO, got extension, that is the second extension as the secretary of the Department of Defense Research and Development and Chairman of DRDO. This was approved by ACC. His tenure was extended from 1st of June 2025 till 31st of May 2026. That means full 1 year extension, and this is the second time he got this extension. Next, in May, appointed Prashant Thakur as the head of the Corporate Bank for South and Southeast Asia, who will be based in Singapore. So recently it is Citigroup Incorporation that has appointed Prashant Thakur as the head of the Corporate Bank for South and Southeast Asia.
Next, name the New Zealand cricket player who recently announced retirement from the international cricket. So, Hele Jensen. New Zealand cricket player announced retirement recently. Next is identify the state where India's first AI focused special economic zone is being established. Right? So, which is this area we are talking about? It is Chhattisgarh. Right? In this state, India's first AI SEZ social economic zone will be a special economic zone will be set up with an investment of 1000 crore rupees, right, by RecBank Data Centers Private Limited, as announced in May recently. And this SEZ will be spanning across 6 acres. Next, mention the aerospace company that recently partnered with Tata Advanced Systems Limited to establish India's first privately led helicopter final assembly line in Kolar district of Karnataka. It is Airbus, and this final assembly line will be the fourth such installation globally after France, USA, Brazil, and now in India. And where this will be in Kolar district of Karnataka. Next, who became the youngest Indian and the second youngest globally to complete the 7 Summits Challenge in May, surpassing the previous national record held by Kamya Karthikeyan in 2024. So recently, Vishwanath Karthikeya Padakanti, right, he became the youngest Indian, not first, youngest Indian and second youngest globally to complete the 7 Summits Challenge, which involves climbing the 7 highest peaks in the 7 continents. Who is the first globally? Jordan Romero. Not first, the youngest, right? Just 15 years of age. And here he is 16 years of age. Next, RBI released a draft circular, that is periodic updation of KYC, revised instructions, proposing amendments to the existing KYC master directions. As per the circular, what is the timeline for updating the KYC for high risk customers? It is 2 years. Every 2 years they need to re-KYC themselves. Next, former cricketer Anil Kumble was appointed as the brand ambassador for the Forest and Wildlife Department of which state? He was appointed for Karnataka. Right, this will be promoting awareness amongst the general public about forest conservation, forest development, tree preservation, wildlife conservation, reducing pollution, and so on. Dettol appointed MS Dhoni as their brand ambassador. Next, which country will host the 2026 Asian Weightlifting Championship going to be held in April 2026? So it will be hosted by our country, India, after 44 years of gap, and it will be in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Next, in which year was the National Commission for Women Act enacted, which led to the establishment of NCW, that is National Commission of Women? It was in 1990. Next, which of the following established the Animal and Integrated Wildlife Conservation in 2017? It was done by Tamil Nadu Forest Department. Next, which of the following defense public sector undertakings recently received Mini Ratna Category 1 status from the Ministry of Defense? Which among the following? It is Munitions India Limited, Armored Vehicle Nigam Limited, and India Optal Limited. So B, C, D is the right option. Next, so let's start, students. Mark the correct statement regarding the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visit to Rajasthan on 22nd of May 2025. So if we look at the options here, all the options are rightly mentioned. Option A is saying PM Modi inaugurated 103 Amrit Bharat railway stations in 86 districts across 118 states and UTs at the total cost of 1100 crore rupees. So option A is absolutely right. Second is saying that PM Modi laid the foundation stone for construction of 3 vehicle underpasses, widening and strengthening of the national highways itself. So this option is also right. C is saying PM Modi laid the foundation stone for several renewable energy and power transmission projects in Rajasthan. So this option is also right. So all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next is mark the correct statement regarding the 6th edition of the 2025 World Hydrogen Summit and Exhibition in the Netherlands in May 2025. If we look at the option A, the event was organized by Sustainable Energy Council and RX Global in collaboration with Netherlands government. So this option is rightly mentioned, right? Second, A option is right. B saying the World Hydrogen 2025 awards honored the outstanding contribution in 6 categories that include clean hydrogen project, industrial application, future hydrogen leader, hydrogen transport, and port of the future and the person of the year. So absolutely right. B is also right. C saying Junu Jol Green Energy of Hyderabad has signed an MOU with Germany Select Energy GmbH to jointly develop a $1.3 billion, that is 10,000 crore rupees green hydrogen and ammonia export facility in Andhra Pradesh. So option 3 is also right. So all the options A, B and C are rightly mentioned here. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the Rising North East Investor Summit 2025 inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So if we look at the option A, the summit was organized by Ministry of Commerce and Industry in New Delhi. So no, this is not the ministry that organized it. It is the Ministry of Development. Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region organized this summit. So option A is wrong. Now it is right with this, right? Then option B is saying Arunachal Pradesh government signed an MOU worth 6,357 crore rupees with 16 companies for the investment in sectors such as agriculture, healthcare, renewable energy, tourism. This is right. C, Tripura government, they have signed 33 MOUs worth 15,646 crore rupees during the summit, attracting investment across 5G technology, AI and digital infrastructure. Option C is also right. So option B and C are rightly mentioned here. Next is mark the correct statement regarding the Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace Exhibition, that is Lima 2025, held in Malaysia in May 2025. So if we look at the options here, A is saying 17th edition of Lima is being organized by the Ministry of Defense, Government of Malaysia and Global Exhibition and Conference in, right? So these three organizations are organizing this. So option A is right. B is saying India took part in the event by setting up the India Pavilion, which was inaugurated by Union Minister of State Sanjay Seth in the Ministry of Defense. So yes, India took part in this event by setting up the Indian Pavilion. B is also right. C is saying Malaysia signed an MOU worth 11 billion Malaysian ringgit, that is around $2.34 billion for the projects that are related to defense satellites and artificial intelligence in the aviation sector. Is it correct? Yes, option C is also right. So option A, B and C, all these three are rightly mentioned. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the launch by the Ministry of Panchayati Raj during the National Ride Shop in Delhi in May 2025. If we look at the option 1, Ministry of Panchayati Raj launched the Panchayat Advancement Index 2.0 portal in the presence of Vivek Bhardwaj, as Secretary of Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Absolutely right. B, LIF booklet for FY24 along with the standard operating procedure was released during the event. Absolutely right. And C, PAI 2.0 has reduced the number of indicators from 516 in first edition to just 147 indicators in the second. So absolutely right. So all these three are rightly mentioned. Next, in May, India participated in the 9th BRICS Industry Ministers meeting held under the chairmanship of Brazil. Question asked is, the key highlight of the meeting was the formal presentation of Dash, which is the first of its kind platform aimed to foster cross-border collaboration across startup ecosystems of BRICS members countries. So it is your BRICS Startup Knowledge Hub, right? There was a theme here also of the same, that is strengthening the Global South cooperation for more inclusive and sustainable governance. Next is the 78th annual Cannes International Film Festival was held in May in Cannes, France. Identify the correct statement here. So if we look at the option A, Iranian filmmaker Jafar Panahi was awarded with the festival's highest honor, that is Palme d'Or, for his drama film The President's Cake. Is it correct? So Iranian filmmaker Jafar Panahi was awarded with the festival's highest honor, Palma d'Or, that is for his dream film. That is not The President's Cake, but it was just an accident. It was just an accident. Right, this is the name of this drama film. Now option A is right, otherwise it is wrong. B, Norwegian filmmaker Joachim Trier was honored with the Grand Prix for Sentimental Value, a family drama exploring the complexities of reconciliation. Absolutely right. B, directed by Indian filmmaker Neeraj Ghavan, movie Homebound was selected for the uncertain regard section. Yes, this option is also right. So B and C are right here. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the recent visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Gujarat on 26th and 27th of May. If we look at the options here, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the new locomotive manufacturing plant that was set up by Indian Railways in Dahod, where he also flagged off his first 9,000 horsepower electric locomotive for domestic use and export. So absolutely right. B, PM Modi virtually flagged off the Vande Bharat Express between Sabarmati in Ahmedabad and Veraval, covering a distance of 438 kilometers in about 7 hours. So this data is also right. So B is right. C, PM Modi laid the foundation stone for Green Energy Corridor Phase 3 project in Gujarat, which will involve an investment of 29,000 crore rupees. So this point is also right. So all these three ABC are rightly mentioned. Next, in which year IREDA was established? IREDA was established in 1987. Next, name the New Zealand cricket player who recently announced his retirement from international cricket. Who is that player? Hele Jensen. He announced his retirement recently, right? After ending his 11-year cricket career for New Zealand's women's cricket team, right? Hele Jensen. She has announced it, not he. She has announced it. Then next is mark the correct statement regarding the approvals of the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 28th of May. If we look at the options here, option A is right, B is right, D is right, C is wrong. C is saying that CCEA has approved the construction of 108.134 kilometer 4-lane Badwell-Nellore corridor in Madhya Pradesh under the National Highway 67 at a cost of 3,653 crore rupees, using the design, build, finance, operate, transfer model. So can you tell me why this option is wrong? This is your homework. Comment in the homework section. Next is identify the state where India's first AI focused special economic zone is being established as a part of 1,000 crore investment by REC Bank Data Centers Private Limited as announced in May 2025. It is Chhattisgarh. Right here it will be established. Next, mention the aerospace company that recently partnered with Tata Advanced Systems Limited to establish India's first privately led helicopter final assembly line in Kolar district of Karnataka. It is Airbus, right? And this facility will establish Airbus H125 helicopter that is a global bestseller in the intermediate singles engine category, and the plant is expected to begin their operation by 2026. Next, who became the youngest Indian and the second youngest globally to complete 7 Summits Challenge in May 25, surpassing the previous national records held by Kamya Karthikeyan in 2024. So, who he will be? Vishwanath Karthikeya Padakanti, right? 16-year-old individual. He is from Hyderabad, Telangana, and he became the youngest Indian and second youngest globally to successfully complete the 7 Summits Challenge. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the draft guidelines issued by Reserve Bank of India in May for gold loans by banks and non-banking financial companies, that is NBFCs. If we look at the option B and C are right, A is wrong. A is saying that the LTV ratio, that is loan to value ratio for gold loans, is capped at 85%. Is it? No, it is not at 85% but at 75%. Now all the options are rightly mentioned. Next, in May, RBI released a draft circular titled Periodic Updation of KYC Revised Instructions, proposing amendments to the existing KYC master directions. As per the circular, what is the timeline for updating KYC for high-risk customers? So, what is, as per the circular, what is the timeline here for the updation here? So, what is the timeline? It is 2 years. Option 4 is rightly mentioned. These proposed changes, they will streamline the KYC process. It will reduce the compliance burden and enhance the customer convenience. Next, In May, former cricketer Anil Kumble was appointed as the brand ambassador for the Forest and Wildlife Department of which state to create awareness among the public about forest conservation, forest development, tree preservation and wildlife conservation. So it is Karnataka. Right option is option A. Next, which country will host the 2026 Asian Weightlifting Championship going to be held in April 2026? So, which country will be hosting this? It will be hosted by our India after a gap of 44 years, right? That means after 1982 we will be hosting these games. Then next, in which year the National Commission for Women Act enacted, which led to the establishment of National Commission for Women? It came in 1990, right? And this program basically it is equipped to empower women to actively contribute to Viksit Bharat, that is developed India, by equipping them with various skills such as AI, cybersecurity, digital privacy and so on. Next, which of the following established the Animal and Integrated Wildlife Conservation in 2017? It is Tamil Nadu Forest Department, right? And this decision was made after it was found that the State Forest Department agency, the agency initially tasked with managing the funds, has become legally or largely inactive, causing delays in the conservation projects. Next, which of the following defense public sector undertaking recently received Mini Ratna Category 1 status from Ministry of Defense? So right option is Munitions India Limited, Armored Vehicles Nigam Limited and India Optal Limited. Right, these three defense PSUs originated from the Ordnance Factory Board, which was restructured into 7 entities on 1st of October 2021 to boost the autonomy and innovation in the defense production. Which state in India achieved 100% success rate in the Foundation Literacy and Numeracy Assessment Test under the Understanding of Life Learning for All in Society, that is Ullas Nav Bharat Sashaktra Karyakram in June 2025. So which state in India achieved 100% success? It is Tamil Nadu. Next, what is the revised minimum land requirement in hectares for setting up semiconductor manufacturing unit in multi-modal SEZ as per the Special Economic Zones Amendment Rules of 2025 as notified by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in June? So what is the revised minimum land requirement? It is 4 hectares of land minimum requirement for setting up this SEZ. Setting up semiconductor manufacturing unit in the multi-product SEZ. Next, India was elected as one of the 18 new member nations to the United Nations Economic and Social Council by United Nations General Assembly for the term 2026 to 2028. Next, India secured which rank in the Climate Change Performance Index 25, topped by Denmark at the 4th position, with the first 3 positions remaining vacant. So India secured which position? India secured 10th position here with, right, and in this Climate Change Performance Index, and it was topped by Denmark at the 4th position. Correct, I repeat. So India at the 10th position, topped by Denmark, right? Take a note of this. Next, why 4th position? Because the first 3 position, it is said that there were no countries that are performing up to the level that is required to make sure that our climate is safe. Next, financial technology company Wise, formerly known as TransferWise, received in principle approval from RBI to operate in which category for export transactions? It is payment gateway or payment aggregator cross-border, not payment gateway, payment aggregator cross-border. What is payment aggregator cross-border and what is simply payment aggregator? Payment aggregator is when you can receive the money or send money to the merchants within India, and cross-border is when within the different countries also around the globe you will be able to send and receive payment through the merchants. Next, Central Bank of India completed the acquisition of dash equity stake in Future Generali India Life Insurance Company for a cash consideration of 57 crore rupees as a part of insolvency process. So CBI completed the acquisition of 25.18% equity stake in Future Generali India Life Insurance Company for a cash consideration of 57 crore rupees as a part of insolvency process. Next, identify the organization that, along with Dassault Aviation SA, signed 4 production transfer agreements to manufacture the fuselage of Rafale fighter aircraft in India for both Indian market and global exports. It is Tata Advanced Systems Limited, and this marks the first time that Rafale fuselage will be produced outside France, that is in India, and this will boost Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat initiatives. Next, which organization will be awarded with the ISO 22301 2019 certification? It is British Standards Institution. China successfully launched the Dash satellite into space using Long March 4B carrier rocket from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center of China. So China launched Dash. What is the name of that satellite? It is Shijian 26 into space using Long March 4B carrier rocket. Next, who is the chairman of the committee formed by the Telangana state government on 30th of May to create India's first composite backwardness index, that is CBI index? So Justice Sudarshan Reddy, right? Not Justice B Sudarshan. Simple option 2, Justice Sudarshan Reddy, right? He is the chairman of the committee that was formed by the Telangana state government on 30th of May to create the India's first composite backwardness index, right? This is to measure the disparities across 243 subcasts and ensure the targeted welfare delivery of various schemes that are given by the government. Next, who led the research team at Pondicherry University that studied the economic utilization of prosopis biomass, culminating in the book Prosopis Jullifer Attributes, Impact and Utilization, right? So who led the research team at the Pondicherry University? Professor S.A. Abbasi, right? So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. According to the special 2025 special 301 report released by United States Trade Representative, इंडिया को प्लेस किया गया ऑन द प्रायोरिटी वॉच लिस्ट ड्यू टू द इनसफिशिएंट प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ द इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स, राइट? मतलब कि यहाँ से जो भी प्रायोरिटी वॉच लिस्ट पे है, यहाँ पे जो भी हम आईपी राइट्स होंगे हमारे, राइट, उनको हम चेक करेंगे, उन पे नज़र रखी जाएगी, करेक्ट, एंड उसको मॉनिटर किया जाएगा. ऑल्सो यहाँ पे इस रिपोर्ट बताती है कि जो तुर्कमेनिस्तान है, राइट, उसको इस लिस्ट से रिमूव कर दिया गया था. मूविंग ऑन, यूनाइटेड नेशन डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम जिसका हेडक्वार्टर न्यूयॉर्क यूएसए में है, इनके द्वारा ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई, अ मैटर ऑफ चॉइस, पीपल एंड पॉसिबिलिटीज इन द एज ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. यहाँ पे इंडिया की रैंक पूछी गई है 2023 की इन द ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स. क्या रहेगी? इंडिया 130वें पोजीशन पे आ जाता है इन दिस इंडेक्स. आइसलैंड ने फर्स्ट पोजीशन यहाँ पे सिक्योर करी. आइसलैंड के बाद नॉर्वे, देन स्विट्जरलैंड, फिर डेनमार्क, फिर जर्मनी, एंड इंडिया 130वें पोजीशन पर आता है. नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं किसने टॉप किया अमंग द डेवलप्ड एंड एमर्जिंग इकोनॉमीज इन टर्म्स ऑफ बोथ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड सर्विस एक्टिविटी एज पर द लेटेस्ट परचेजिंग मैनेजर्स इंडेक्स रिपोर्ट, जो कि रिलीज़ की गई जेपी मॉर्गन के द्वारा अभी रिसेंटली. तो हमारी इंडिया ने यहाँ पे टॉप किया अमंग द डेवलप्ड एंड एमर्जिंग इकोनॉमीज इन टर्म्स ऑफ बोथ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड सर्विसेज में हम बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं वर्ल्ड स्केल पे. Next, which of the following state is not among the top 5 Indian states with the highest GST collection for FY25 as per the data? तो वेस्ट बंगाल यहाँ पर टॉप इज नॉट अमंग द टॉप 5. टॉप 5 देखें तो महाराष्ट्र, फिर कर्नाटका, उसके बाद गुजरात, फिर तमिलनाडु, एंड फिर आ जाता है फिफ्थ यूपी.
Dharoi Dam is located in which state in India? Dharoi Dam is located in the Gujarat state of India. Next, name the initiative that was launched by the Department of Post in May to create a unified digital addressing system across India. So, what is the initiative? It is Dhruva, that is Digital Hub for Reference and Unique Virtual Address. Next, which of the two countries were elected as the presidency of the United Nations Human Settlements Program, that is UN Habitat General Assembly for 25-29 term, that is from 2025 to 2029 term? It is Malaysia and UAE. So only A and C, right? These are the two countries elected as the presidency of the United Nations Habitat General Assembly for 2025 to 2029 term. And this is the first time in 15 years that Malaysia is having a leadership position in the UN body. Next, in May, India conducted the annual bilateral military exercise that was called Nomadic Elephant. This Nomadic Elephant is conducted with Maldives. This is conducted with Mongolia. Take a note of it. Right? Nomadic Elephant. And this is the 17th edition of this exercise.
According to the Cantor Brands 2025 की वर्ल्ड मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल ग्लोबल ब्रांड्स रिपोर्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कंपनीज वाज नॉट अमंग द इंडियन ब्रांड्स फीचर्ड इन द टॉप 100 मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल ग्लोबल ब्रांड्स. तो यहाँ पे विप्रो यहाँ पर इसमें लिस्टेड नहीं है. राइट. टीसीएस की अगर हम रैंक देखें 45, एचडीएफसी बैंक की बात करें तो 56, एयरटेल की बात करें तो 66 एंड इन्फोसिस 73. नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ द पेट्रोलियम एक्सपोर्टिंग कंट्रीज ओपेक, जो मंथली ऑयल मार्केट रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई है उसके हिसाब से इंडिया की जो ऑयल डिमांड है 2025 के लिए, इट इज़ प्रोजेक्टेड अराउंड 5.74 बिलियन बैरल्स पर डे. राइट, दैट इज इतने बैरल्स पर डे, नॉट मिलियन बैरल्स पर डे. 5.74 मिलियन बैरल्स पर डे की यहाँ पे प्रोजेक्शन लाई गई है. नेक्स्ट है यूनाइटेड नेशंस फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जो यूएन का आर्म है. इनके द्वारा एक रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई 2025 की ग्लोबल रिपोर्ट ऑन फूड क्राइसिस, जो हाईलाइट करती है 259.3 मिलियन पीपल अक्रॉस 53 कंट्रीज एंड टेरिटरीज दे आर एक्सपीरियंस एक्यूट फूड इनसिक्योरिटी इन 2024. मतलब काफ़ी फूड इनसिक्योरिटी, फूड की कमी देखने को मिली थी. क्वेश्चन है किस इनिशिएटिव इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर पब्लिशिंग दिस रिपोर्ट. तो ये है आपका ग्लोबल नेटवर्क अगेंस्ट फूड क्राइसिस. ये इनिशिएटिव है जिनके द्वारा ये रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई कि काफ़ी ज़्यादा फूड इनसिक्योरिटी हमें देखने को मिली थी 2024 में. नेक्स्ट, नेम द इंडियन एयरपोर्ट दैट रैंक 9th ग्लोबली इन द टॉप 10 बिजिएस्ट एयरपोर्ट बाय पैसेंजर ट्रैफिक. ये रिपोर्ट आपकी एयरपोर्ट काउंसिल इंटरनेशनल के द्वारा रिलीज की गई थी इन मई 2024. तो इंदिरा गांधी इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट, आईजीआई एयरपोर्ट जो कि दिल्ली में है, राइट, इनकी रैंक रही 9th ऑन द टॉप 10 बिजिएस्ट एयरपोर्ट. जैक्सन एटलांटा एयरपोर्ट आपका फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे रहा. नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इंडियन पर्सनैलिटीज ये फीचर कर रहे हैं इन द टाइम मैगजीन्स इनॉग्रल टाइम 100 मोस्ट इन्फ्लुएंशियल पीपल इन फिलेंथ्रॉफी 2025 की लिस्ट. मतलब ये पहला एडिशन है, इनॉग्रल एडिशन मीन्स. राइट, तो किन्होंने इस लिस्ट में यहाँ पे फीचर किया. राइट, हु वर फीचर्ड इन द टाइम्स मैगजीन्स लिस्ट. तो यहाँ पे निखिल, मुकेश अंबानी, नीता अंबानी, निखिल कामत, अजीम प्रेमजी, चारों इस लिस्ट में थे. एंड मुकेश अंबानी या नीता अंबानी ये टाइटन कैटेगरी में यहाँ पे लिस्ट किए गए. निखिल कामत यहाँ पे वन ऑफ द यंगेस्ट इंडिविजुअल्स थे जो इस लिस्ट में आए. नेक्स्ट, एज पर द ग्लोबल फॉरेस्ट वॉच डाटा रिलीज्ड इन में, इंडिया लॉस्ट अराउंड हाउ मेनी हेक्टेयर्स ऑफ प्राइमरी फॉरेस्ट. तो इंडिया ने लूज किया 18,200 हेक्टेयर्स ऑफ प्राइमरी फॉरेस्ट 2024 में. नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू द वर्ल्ड वेल्थिएस्ट सिटीज रिपोर्ट 2025 बाय हेनले एंड पार्टनर्स, व्हाट इज द ग्लोबल रैंकिंग ऑफ मुंबई महाराष्ट्र बेस्ड ऑन द नंबर ऑफ मिलेनियर्स. तो 27th पोजीशन पे आ जाती है आपकी मुंबई महाराष्ट्र बेस्ड ऑन द नंबर ऑफ मिलेनियर्स. ठीक, 51,000 मिलियनर्स हमें यहाँ पे देखने को मिलते हैं, मोर देन 51,000 मिलियनर्स. एंड अगर मैं बिलियनर्स की बात करूँ तो 25 बिलियनर्स देखने को मिलते हैं. मूविंग ऑन, नेम द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिन्होंने रिसेंटली रिलीज किया फर्स्ट स्टेट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड एनिमल्स हेल्थ रिपोर्ट इन में, जो हाईलाइट करता है इंक्रीजिंग स्प्रेड ऑफ इन्फेक्शियस एनिमल डिजीज एंड जूनोटिक रिस्क को. तो वो है वर्ल्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर एनिमल हेल्थ.
Who is the current chairman of SEBI as of May 2025? So Tuhin Kanta Pandey is the current chairman of SEBI. Next, according to in ISSAR, that is Indian Space Situational Assessment Report 24 that was released by ISRO in May, how many Indian spacecraft have been placed in Earth orbit as of December 31st? So as of December 31st, 136th Indian spacecrafts have been placed in Earth orbit by ISRO. Next, name India's first indigenously developed government-funded artificial intelligence-based multimodal large language model that was launched by the Ministry of Science and Technology in June to support 22 Indian languages. So, name the India's first indigenously developed government-funded AI-based LLM. So, it is Bharat Jain. This will revolutionize the AI development across linguistic and cultural spectrum in India. Next, which of the following organizations launched in May the Battery Aadhaar initiative during the Battery Summit 2025 held in New Delhi to enhance traceability and sustainability in India's battery ecosystem? So, which of the following organization launched this Battery Aadhaar initiative? It was launched by Ministry of Science and Technology. Next, where was the first edition of Niveshak Shivir initiative launched by IEPFA, that is Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, in collaboration with SEBI in the month of June, that will enhance the investor awareness and financial education. So where was this Niveshak Shivir? The first edition of it launched. It was launched in Pune, Maharashtra. Next, which country hosted the 39th COSPAS SAR-SAT, that is Space System for the Search of Vessels in Distress, Search and Rescue Satellite Aided Tracking Joint Committee meeting for the first time on 27th of May? So which country hosted it? It was hosted by UAE, United Arab Emirates. Next, mention the Indian university that recently developed the India's first gene-edited sheep in May using the CRISPR Cas9 gene editing technology. It is Sher-e-Kashmir University of Agriculture, Science and Technology. Next, which of the following inaugurated the new unified headquarters of the Quality Council of India at the World Trade Center, New Delhi on 5th of June? It is Ministries of Commerce and Industry.
Next, during a 3-day visit of the President of Prague, Santiago Pena, to India in June, Union Minister for External Affairs Dr. S. Jaishankar and Ruben Ramirez, the Minister of the Foreign Affairs of Prague, they have signed a memorandum of understanding that will be establishing a joint commission mechanism. And also remember, this here he was on a visit to India, correct? And his visit was also held at great significance as both India and Prague commemorated the 64th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic relation between the two countries. Next, which two wetlands in Rajasthan were newly designated as the Ramsar sites as announced by Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupendra Yadav? So, which two wetlands? They are Kichan and Manar. Right, these are the two wetlands that have been declared as the Ramsar sites. Now we see Rajasthan, it has a total of 4 Ramsar sites, and with this India has a total number of 91 Ramsar sites, that is the highest in Asia and third globally. Highest is in UK with 175 Ramsar sites and Mexico on second position with 142 Ramsar sites, and India is on the third position now. Next, India won the presidency of Dash, a global administrative body for 2025 to 2028. So India has won the presidency of International Institute of Administrative Sciences, IIAS. This is for the term 2025 to 2028. Next, in June, United Nations General Assembly elected 5 countries as the non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council 2026-2027 term. Which of the following was not among them? And they will be here for the 2 years. Right? Among the following, if we see, Norway is not among them, Latvia, Liberia, Colombia, Bahrain. Right? And these are the countries that were elected here, right, as the non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. Correct? And these countries will be replacing Algeria, Guyana, Sierra Leone, South Korea, and Slovenia. Next, one more add here, Democratic Republic of Congo, the 5th one, instead of Norway.
Nicaragua recently became 101st member to officially approve the agreement on fisheries subsidies of World Trade Organization. Right? With this milestone, WTO is poised to roll out fisheries funding mechanism, commonly referred to as WTO Fish Fund. Next, as per RBI data released in June, Dash accounted for the longest or largest share of total bank deposits at 59.5% in FY25. So as per RBI data released in June, term deposits, right, they accounted for the largest share of the total bank deposit, because we are seeing that people are not investing money in fixed deposits or not keeping in bank, rather they want to earn money and they want to invest the money in the stock market, right, which is also a different case scenario. Next is name the organization that in June 25 projected India's GDP growth for FY26 at 6.3% in their economic outlook of 25. Issue 1 titled Tracking Uncertainty Reviving Growth. Which is this organization we are talking about? It is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. This is the organization. They have released this data economic outlook 2025 issue 1 tackling uncertainty and reviving growth, in which they are projecting India to grow by 6.3% in FY26. Next is mention the name of the person elected as the 14th president of the Republic of Korea in June 24, succeeding Yoon Suk Yeol. So Lee Jong Suk, I correct, not this, Lee Jong Myung, right, is the 14th president of South Korea, and he succeeded Yoon Suk Yeol. Next, in May, ACC Appointments Committee of the Cabinet approved the extension of Swaroop Kumar Shah's tenure as MD and CEO of which public sector bank? So, Swaroop Kumar Shah has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Punjab and Sindh Bank. Annalena Baerbock was elected as the president of which organization in June, succeeding Philemon Yang? So it was of United Nations General Assembly. This was the Annalena Baerbock became the president of the 80th session of United Nations General Assembly, right? And during this session only she was selected with 167 votes out of 188 seats. She will start her office on 9th of September 2025, and she succeeded Philemon Yang, the former Prime Minister of Cameroon, and also she became the 5th woman overall to lead the United Nations General Assembly. Next, mention the name of the person elected as the President of Poland in June, succeeding Andrzej Duda. So, Karol Nawrocki, right, is the person elected as the President of Poland. Next, identify the organization which appointed Rajiv Memani as its president for FY26, succeeding Sanjeev Puri. So, Rajiv Memani, the president of CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, and he succeeded whom? He succeeded Sanjeev Puri, Rajiv Memani. Next, who won the F1 Armaco Grand, that is your Spanish Grand Prix held in Barcelona, Spain? So Barcelona or this Spanish Grand Prix was won by Oscar Piastri. He is from UK and he drives for McLaren, right? Next, Australian all-rounder Glenn Maxwell. So Glenn Maxwell has announced retirement from ODI, bringing an end to a distinguished 13-year-old career. He has been part of 2 World Cup winning squads of Australia in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup in 2015 and 2023. So right option here becomes option 4.
उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नाम बताओ दैट रिलीज द इनॉग्रल रिपोर्ट टाइटल जनरेटिव एआई एंड जॉब्स आर रीडिफाइंड ग्लोबल इंडेक्स ऑफ ऑक्यूपेशनल एक्सपोजर. ये रिलीज की गई अभी मई में इन कोलैबोरेशन विद पोलैंड बेस्ड नेशनल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट. तो ये है ILO, इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के द्वारा ये रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई इन पार्टनरशिप विद पोलैंड बेस्ड नेशनल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट. नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू WMO वर्ल्ड मीटियोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिपोर्ट, जो ग्लोबल एनुअल टू डेकेडल क्लाइमेट अपडेट, ये रिपोर्ट है 2025 से 29 के लिए. जो ग्लोबल टेम्परेचर्स है मे टेम्परेरली गो बियॉन्ड हाउ मच अबव प्री इंडस्ट्रियल लेवल्स विद इन द नेक्स्ट 5 ईयर्स. तो 1.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस से यहाँ पर ये बढ़ सकते हैं, राइट. एंड एक्सपेक्टेड है कि 2024 जो वार्मेस्ट ईयर था, अब हम 2025 से 2029 के बीच में एक साल देखेंगे जो कि वार्मेस्ट ईयर रहेगा. एंड 1.2 डिग्री सेल्सियस से लेके 1.9 डिग्री सेल्सियस के बीच में यहाँ पे हमें टेम्परेचर राइज होता हुआ देखेगा.